I wonder what I should do for my next video.
Tiger,
Huh?
you should build a winter themed apartment.
Uh, no. So, despite the intro, I am going to be building a winter apartment today. I know you guys really love the apartments, so I'm trying to make another one for you guys. And let me tell you guys, this one does not disappoint. It is absolutely gorgeous. I tried some really new things here, used some really gorgeous Christmassy winter colors. And overall, the entire apartment is just such a vibe. I think you guys are really going to like it. It's got a big, spacious design. You know, there's tons of space. And yeah, let's go ahead and watch this. Layout is super simple, as you know, because it is an apartment. Can't do anything crazy complex because the thought is that there are other buildings around it. You'll see here we're coloring the doors, and I kind of wanted to have a more like modern mixed with wood, like rustic-y sort of vibe, because that's just kind of what apartment plus winter kind of spoke to me as. Because you know, winter, you think of winter cabins, things like that, and definitely awesome. I love those, but I wanted to add a little modern touch to a little kick, a little apartment, you know, something that just people aren't really doing. So of course, to have this beautiful apartment, we need a nice vaulted ceiling. So I went ahead and started on this vaulted ceiling. It's pretty simple. I didn't want to make anything super complex with it. I just wanted a flat one because in an apartment, you'd probably have somebody above and below you, so you wouldn't have any like cool gable vaults or anything. It would just be pretty basic. So yeah, we're getting this whole roof in, and it's pretty smooth, pretty consistent. I like how it looked. It did, like, you could resize it pretty easily, and the shape of it being a square definitely helped. But yeah, let's get started on these windows now. I had a cool idea in mind for the windows. I wanted there to be this like arching thing above the windows. I just thought it would be cool. I honestly wasn't really sure if I was going to keep it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to put a balcony. But you'll see later on, I did not put a balcony, and I did move all these windows over just because it was a little too close to the wall. And instead of using actual windows, I just used the opening and then placed a transparent basic shape inside. I actually don't know why I did that. I think I just wanted it to be more free with like how it actually turned out, and I think it did turn out a little better this way. So I'm happy I did it like that. And next, we're going to be working on some wall molding or trim, I guess whatever you want to call it. I was kind of not sure whether I should put this in here or not, like the trim I mean, because it's a modern-ish build, but I think without it, this build would have been so bland. And you'll see, of course, I'm doing this on a basic shape, so it's completely copy and pastable, but that's not the biggest point. The biggest point is I put it around the walls that couldn't have a window, because this is an apartment. Obviously you can't have a window on every side of the wall. So to fill up some empty space and to add some detail, I did add these. Now you can see I'm coloring them by hand. Honestly, it was kind of fun. I know you probably should color them and then copy and paste them, but I honestly got too lazy to delete them, so just kind of left them like that, and it was fine. And I added in these wall lights, which with the vaulted ceiling like that, or the raised ceiling, did look pretty modern and pretty sleek with the molding, so I was a fan of that. And of course I added it over here as well. Next, we're going to be starting the sofa. Don't worry about what I placed there. That is just a placeholder. This is going to be a custom sofa, and let me tell you guys, this is one of the best sofas I've ever made. It looks alright. I don't think it's that crazy, like that cool, but I do like what I did, and you're going to notice it's going to look, I won't even spoil it. It's going to look like maybe like a type of food to you. I'll tell you what type of food it looks like to me until, of course, later on in the video, I do change the color because it just wasn't Christmassy. Like it was too, it was, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of it really, but you'll see. I did use the pillows to make kind of the cushions. I don't know if I did it right or if it turned out that good, because definitely seen people use the pillows and it turned out better. But yeah. Okay, before I say it, go comment what food you think that looks like. It's like a snack. Some would say like maybe like a baked cheese snack. You know? Yeah, it looks like a Cheez-It to me. Like that literally looks like a Cheez-It. So I basically made a Cheez-It couch at first, but ignore that. This is a wintertime apartment, not a Cheez-It apartment. All right, this is not an ad, and I'm not even gonna say unless Cheez-It wants to sponsor me, because let's be for real, why would Cheez-It sponsor me? They're not sponsoring me, bro. Yes, okay, but I do fix up some changes. I add the back part of the sofa, you know, to lay your back on and rest, I guess. Anyways, turns out really nice. I think this is basically it about done. You'll see later on I do, obviously, I think I already said I'd change the color, because no, this is not the final color. I change it again, but this does look a little better. It looks a little less like a Cheez-It. And of course, by the way, I did add custom seats, so couch is fully functional, kitchen's fully functional, literally everything in this house is fully functional, even the bed, everything. So yes, it was a custom couch, but I did want you to still be able to sit in it, because I feel like it's kind of pointless. It's kind of pointless if you make a custom couch and then you can't sit in it. That's just kind of dumb. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. I'm adding this blanket, and I've seen this done so many times, but I really still think it's pretty nice, and it looks really good in almost every build. So I definitely would recommend adding the blanket to your couches. Just a quick tip. I'm sure you're already doing that though. This little single Cheez-It part I'm making now is for the end of the couch, just so that it kind of is more seamless with the wall next to it and whatnot. I didn't want things to look so off. I don't know. I think it did turn out really nice though. The couch, not the color. And it looked exactly like the reference. Okay, to explain the Cheez-It, the reference had a orange couch and that color wall, and it matched super well together, like a little too well. And I was like, this looks really good. Let me try this. Because I don't know, I guess I just kind of forgot that this was a winter build, and orange and I guess like linen isn't really a winter build color. But I still tried it, and you know, I'm glad I tried it because I realized it might work, just not in this build. And while I was talking, you'll see that I've added some details and a table, a little custom table. I've made it kind of stupidly. I feel like I would not make it like that in the future. But I do add these nice little modern books, which are a great touch to any house, regardless of if it's modern or not, sorry. And then some pots and a vase, I guess. Just, you know, little clutter decoration items to look nice. And I did also add a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree also gets recolored. I think a lot of things get recolored, but not like too intensely. Obviously, I don't want to spoil what happens. That's why I also didn't really show clips of the apartment in the beginning of the video. But just know, it looks great at the end. And also, if you're watching this far, comment down below any fruit, literally any fruit, just, or the emoji or something. I know you're already like almost halfway through the video, so you might as well finish now. And you've already commented, so I know you're a real one. So you might as well just keep watching. All right, you are the real one, because most people are probably gone. It's kind of corny. I don't know. Anyways, I added a receiver under the TV. I just thought that would be a cool idea. Like, that's realistic. Like, every TV has a receiver, I think. Almost every TV. My TV at my house does, though. So, I don't know. It's for audio. It's for, like, a sound system. So, maybe it is realistic. I think it looks cool, though, with the books next to it and whatnot. So, definitely added that. And finally, we're getting started on the kitchen. The kitchen, I'm going to say I'm not a fan of. I was just like, I don't know. I kind of like how it turned out. I kind of think it was a little basic, a little boring, and that it could have been better. But honestly, anything could have been, like the kitchen could have been better, the living room, everything could be better. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the kitchen as well. If you've already left like 3 comments, I mean, you might as well just keep asking questions. Maybe I'll do a Q&A if there's a ton of questions down there. And I don't know, maybe if you join my Discord, I'll pick my favorite comment and I'll pick my favorite fruit from a comment. That would be pretty fun. I'll definitely do that. So make sure you join the Discord. Other than that, we're coloring things. We're getting things in place. Some paintings. Yeah, paintings were a big thing in this house. I didn't know how to decorate the walls without windows. Obviously, I would just put a window, right? Can't. So I used paintings instead, and I didn't want to leave the default ones because they don't look much like Christmas to me. So I do end up changing the default paintings into some like random Christmas decals that I looked up. Honestly, they don't even look that good, like the Christmas decals, but a few of them look really nice and match really nicely with the house. So I think it's worth it. Sorry, apartment, not house. And you see I've got this little counter and mirror space here in the bathroom that I'm getting started on, as well as adding a mirror to the bedroom. And yes, next up is these cabinets. These things, I added these because the ceiling's raised, so the other dresser, like the big dresser or cabinet, would have looked small. So I thought that just looked way cooler. And then of course I added a dresser right next to it because might as well. And then I think I do end up adding like a chair in front of it and a bunch of clutter on top of it. There's a ton of clutter actually throughout the whole build. I think I might have been able to do with less paintings. I think I did add kind of too many paintings, but it's alright. By now you're probably noticing there's green, orange, and blue, and you're just probably thinking this doesn't look very winter themed at all. And I just want to say, trust me, it's coming. I will change all these colors up and it'll look so gorgeous in like just a bit. So you just gotta trust me on this. It'll look great very soon. Anyways, I guess I'm finishing up the bathroom. No, not really. I almost immediately changed after I said that. I'm finishing the bedroom now. Actually, I'm not. I bet you I'll change again. But we are working on the baseboard for the bedroom. And finally, we get some good Christmas colors in here. We get the red. Looking good. And we get red on the wall. And oh, the couch turns a nice color. Oh, what is going on? It's like somebody's eyes just opened. No, but I definitely did come to my senses and realize this isn't really too Christmas colored right now. It's not looking like a winter apartment. So let me fix that up. Of course, I did fix that up, I think, pretty successfully. Recoloring these towels now. Red and green, of course, you know. Changing that back to white. There we go. Looks great. Looks so great. I love it. Okay, here we go. The kitchen. I went with a black kitchen and more of a sleek look because honestly, I was at a loss. I didn't really know what to do for the kitchen exactly. It kind of was just there, and like, I don't know. This was definitely my least favorite part of the build though, was the kitchen. I wish I could have kind of maybe invested more time into it. Like, I'm not sure what I could have done differently in order to make the kitchen look better, but it doesn't even matter. Other than that, I'm getting some other little details in here to make the ceiling look better. Obviously, the ceiling already looks good. Sorry, it does, but it could look better always. So I made sure to make it look better. Just changing up paintings and other things, you know, doing whatever. I think right now I'm about to make these tiles. Yeah, make these into a nice tile texture, which is pretty cool. And then I'm just recoloring pretty much everything in the bathroom, just getting it all set up. You'll see pretty soon, I think, I'll start to add like plants and whatnot. But before then, let's look at these pillows. The pillows, I think, really brought home the winter apartment vibe. Like, without the pillows, it just really didn't feel like winter in there to me. And it wasn't snowing outside when I did the tour, but it is snowing outside now, so it's pretty nice. Anyways, I'm finishing up these pillows. I went with red, white, and this kind of off green. I didn't want it to be super green, but I also kind of wanted it to be beige. So I went with some kind of color that was like sort of in between. I don't know. But then I found this really cool Christmas texture, and of course I had to use that. And then you'll see it is time for us to add tons and tons of clutter, but good clutter, not excessive clutter. Good, decorative, fancy, designed clutter, I suppose is maybe a good word for it. Clutter that is intentional, intentionally cluttered in a good, decorative, organized way. Isn't that funny? How contradictory is that? Organized clutter. But it's true. That's all I have to say about that. Anyways, I added these paintings too. I really like I think the pink frame ones, like the normal pink frame ones, are my favorite of the little prop-up paintings. I wanted to also add some like paintings on the floor, like propped up against the wall. But I couldn't really find the space to do that, and plus I just didn't want to have to deal with it. I also didn't want to add decal plants, just cause it's always fun to do a build without them. I don't think they're that necessary, to be honest. And if they really were that necessary, everybody would use them. And almost everyone uses them except a few people. Hashtag Cabdo. But let's finish the back baseboard of the bed now. And I think I do add some details on top of it. I'm not sure if that's right now, but I do add like a painting and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. But first, we've got some plants to do. I use these ferns to make a really cool little geodesic planter pot vibe thing. It looked pretty cool. I don't know if I really liked the plants that much in this build, but I think they definitely looked good. I could have done more like unique ones, but I went for more realistic looking plants instead of like the normal leafy plants that this game kind of supports. I'm not sure why the plants are so weird, but these didn't look half bad. Besides, I knew I could add more clutter anyways instead of plants if I had to, so I just got to work and kept moving along, I guess. Oh, here we go. I'm adding the paintings finally. Nice, nice. Very glad. So yeah, I decided to go back to my roots, I guess, with this video, kinda. The first video that ever kind of blew up for me, I'd say, was the tiny apartment video, and I'm making a winter apartment now, which is pretty cool. I'm very glad, and I'm so thankful for all this success. I will continue in the new year. This is, I think, my second upload of the new year, so pretty exciting. On this wall right here, I noticed that it kind of looked the same for too long, so I added a smaller, wider painting, I guess a bigger, wider painting, which just kind of helped to split it up, make things look way less, I guess, symmetrical and the same throughout. Other than that, oh yeah, I added more little details. I think the biggest thing with apartments, especially when you have such little space, is just maximizing on details. It's really all you can do. Once you're maxed out on your details, I mean, things kind of really start to settle in, start to look really good. And obviously you can see, I think here, things did turn out really nice. So I was very happy with it, and hopefully you are so far as well. But once you see the finished product, you will love it too. And guys, I didn't lie about these Christmas colors, right? I mean, you get the vibe now, right? It's kind of there. It's kind of there. Okay. Maybe not yet, but once we get to the tour, I promise you will be like, yeah, these Christmas colors are perfect, and they definitely fit the winter apartment vibe. I like it. But yeah, I also want to shout out Aquo Leo. Make sure you guys are subscribed to him. He's the GOAT. He helped me out with the intro, and we talked for a bit. So yeah, he's got some good things coming. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. And while you're at it, you might as well subscribe to me too. Don't be fake. Anyways, now we are adding our finishing touches, doing things like toilet paper, for God's sake. I don't know, towels, you know, just little things that you often forget. And finally, this was the last thing I want to do. So as I see this happen, I know this is it. Adding these supports for the lights. I actually have never done it like this, except on other people's plots, so I guess that doesn't count. But I did want to add like that sort of like triple support, and then something cool in the middle where it connects back to the roof. The exterior is not important here, so yes, they kind of do stick out, but it's an apartment. We're only focused on the interior, and the exterior just doesn't really count. So finally, we have finished placing our final little light support, and we are at the tour time. We're starting here in the dining room with some gorgeous clutter, some gorgeous Christmas paintings, and this just beautiful kitchen. Modern, simple, sleek, you know, it's got all these woody textures, which I think are gorgeous. I'm not sure how I feel about the cabinet and counter texture like that, but hey, it looks pretty good. And next, moving on over, my favorite room maybe, I think, is the living room. turned out so nice. There's just so much detail in here. Looks gorgeous. Got the Christmas tree, the red colors, the festive pillows, the beautiful painting, and of course I'm sitting there on the sofa to prove it is functional. And not finally, we also have the bathroom after. Got our bedroom. Gorgeous pillows, guys. I love the pillow like pattern I did. I love the colors of them. I also just love the rest of this. It really turned out nicely. I think it definitely still looks like an apartment, but it does look like a nice home, which is exactly what I wanted. You know, modern, rustic-y, kind of like a homey vibe. So it's awesome. And finally, the bathroom. You know, no words. Looks great just as a bathroom should. So yeah, guys, that does bring us to the end of the video. I'm so glad you've watched this far, and I'm really happy I was able to supply you guys with another 20-minute video of content. We're going to go crazy this year. I'm going to post a lot more, I think, than I have been in the past, and I'm really excited to. So make sure you guys stick around, subscribe, join the Discord. We're almost at enough members to start the giveaway. And I think that's all. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.